All right, you guys, tonight is March 19th, and this is the On Fire Empire Team call. We are so excited for you guys to join us tonight. We have a really exciting call, something that I think we're all kind of in need of a dose of. So before we get started, though, I have got some shout outs to do if I can share my screen. All right, you guys. So March 19th, we've still got plenty of time to help all the people. But so far this month, we've got Logan leading the way at Success Club 12. Amazing. Already at Success Club 6, we've got Leslie Sullivan, Lindsay Backus, Shelby Frost, Jordan Welk, Chelsea Seifkin, Brianna Snyder, Ashley Zahn, Brian Vogt, and Ashley Ormson. Great job, you guys. And several people on the board who have already helped one or two people this month. You guys, big goals. We talk about helping 3 people each month is what keeps your business growing. So that should always be the goal. So everybody here on this list that are on the board, go out there and grab that one more person, 2 more people, and hit that goal to move your business forward. As far as adding to our team, you guys, I think when I pulled it up, we had 51 new coaches for the month so far. Logan has added 7 new coaches, which is really exciting because that means she got a bonus, $100 bonus. Every time you sign 5 coaches within a month, you get a bonus for saying, hey, great job adding to your team. We've got a couple people adding 3 people, another handful of people adding 2, and then this whole list over here on the right have added at least 1 person to the team, you guys. I'm so proud of y'all and cannot wait to see what happens the rest of the month. All right, Logan, do you want to open up the PowerPoint, or did you want me to? Logan's always eating. It's dinner time for her during our calls.
I told him, I was like, you're leading the first half so I can eat. And then at the time it's time for me to talk, I should be done. But the whole recording, I'm going to be like, shuffling.
Real cute.
Do you want me to pull it up big, or how do you want to do it? Or do you want me to make it presentation mode and share my screen? Or
either way, whatever, does not matter.
See if I'm able to. Are y'all able to see this?
Yep. Looks good. All right, you guys. So tonight we're going to talk all about building confidence with coaching. And I think sometimes we come in with such excitement and we have not even confidence to share it because there's always that fear of something new, but just excitement. And we just start sharing. And then as we get more into it, for some reason, that confidence wanes a little bit, right? So we all need a little boost of confidence every now and then, some motivation, a reminder of why we are doing this. And so that's what we are going to be talking about tonight. I'm going to scroll. All right, you guys. So this quote says, the secret to self-confidence isn't to stop caring about what other people think. It's to start caring about what you think. It's to make your opinion more important than anyone else's. So one thing that we, you probably hear a lot is other people's opinion of you does not matter, right? Rachel Hollis has something to that effect, that quote. And while that is very true, you guys, we are in a business of people. We are in a business of relationships and caring for others. And on, actually, it was Rachel's podcast when she was interviewing John Maxwell. He talked about just whenever he hears somebody say, well, what they say about me, it just doesn't matter. I don't even care. Like, just becomes like, you know, just a wall. It doesn't matter. He's like, that's when I start to worry, because we are in a business of people. It shouldn't affect you enough to like make you not want to do the things. But you guys, as long as your opinion of yourself and the belief in yourself outweighs what anyone else thinks, or what anyone else, or what you may think anyone else thinks, that's the secret to becoming confident, and something that we have to work on every single day. So these are the 4 things we're going to talk about. Committing to a program, following it 100%. We're going to talk about how personal development increases your confidence as a coach, confidence as a person, and why it is so important to success in this business. Taking action. You guys, Logan's going to touch on this later, but we are in the business of do and then learn. And I think so many times we get that backwards. We try to like learn all the things and get all the information and all the resources and then try to go and do. And so many times people get stuck in that analysis paralysis. So this business, we're going to say this a lot tonight, is a business of doing and then learning. We're going to talk about knowing your why and pushing the believe button. All right, you guys. So first thing, committing to a program, going all in with a Beachbody program. I can't see everybody here, but I want to see, I'm going to scroll. So I want to see a raise of hands if you are committed to a program right now. I'm scrolling. Keep your hand raised. Good. You like it? Okay, you guys. So going all in with a Beachbody program as a Beachbody coach is like the bread and butter to this, right? We can't go and encourage people and tell them that these tools that we have work if we are not using them, if we are not constant product of the product, right? Now, you guys, you know, on this slide, we have, you know, don't skip a workout, follow the meal plan exactly, drink your shake every day. While that is ideal and that is something, you know, we should strive for, we're also human. And just because we put on a coach hat does not mean that we are going to get it perfect every single day, every single week, every single month, every single program. Every program we do may not be like a program that we just love. But as long as you're waking up, just like for your own journey, I mean, this is your own journey, waking up every day, striving to be your best that you can that day, and then putting that effort also into your business, that's going to build confidence. But here's the thing about going in 100% with a program. So take, for example, last year, the beginning of the year, a lot of us committed to 80-day obsession. And for me personally, that was such a huge, huge reason my business was able to move the way it did last year, because I committed to my own personal journey first, and I shared it step by step through. I didn't miss a workout. I followed the meal plan almost exactly until like phase 3. But I was getting results, and my belief in our products and our programs came back. Not that I ever lost it, but you guys know, if you're kind of like playing around with different workouts and you're not feeling how you're supposed to be feeling, and maybe you've had too many wine, yellow cups or whatever the week, and you're not feeling it, you're not going to be excited, one, to share about what you're doing. Two, you're not really doing what you're saying you're doing. And three, who's going to want to join you if you can't stay consistent? So building confidence, excuse me, for yourself, for this business, is building belief in our programs and in our products. You guys, what we have, these tools, they work. The programs, they work. They are laid out and they are created in such a way that if people will follow them, they will work. And when you follow them, that belief goes up and you're excited to share with others. So, sorry, I'm glad I have water. When you have that unshakable belief and those results to back it up, and you're excited to share your results, and you're excited to share your progress, and you're excited to share that you chose the salad at Chick-fil-A and you like watered down your dressing, like with 2B mindset or whatever, instead of the chicken sandwich, like you're excited to share that instead of being like, oh shoot, I just ate Chick-fil-A for the 4th time this week. Probably shouldn't share it. So I want everyone, I saw most people's hands as I was scrolling through, but if you did not have your hand raised, I want you tonight to go decide what program you are committing to. All right. So we've had several, yeah, I thought that was next. We've had several amazing results from our team. You guys can just go look through the team page and see these incredible results, and the fact that they're excited and sharing about it and moving their businesses forward with it. I mean, from the Ultimate Reset, which a lot of people on our team have done recently, 3-day refresh, which I'm about to start tomorrow because we leave for the cruise on Saturday. Just drinking Shakeology daily, you guys, that is huge and so exciting. I think we've got some more to share. We've got Holly with Transform 20, my 80-day obsession results, and Logan's PIO results. You guys, these work. And if you have not ever completed a program start to finish, committing to the eating plan, committing to getting your Shakeology in daily, committing to using the performance line if that's something that you choose to incorporate, you gotta do it. If you want to build this business, you have to commit to your own journey, and you have to commit to a program that you can put in other people's hands. All right, so that's the first thing. Building confidence is committing. Yes.
Haley, I have to piggyback on this really quick before we move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Because one thing that we talk a lot about, you guys, and Haley talked about this in the beginning, is that the beauty of the Beachbody lifestyle is that it is a lifestyle. It is not something that is like extremely rigid or, something that you have to follow 100% all the time. But if you are in a place where you are craving that thing that is going to light you up and set your business on fire, this is the number one first thing that you have to do. You have to commit to a program and see it through 100%, start to finish. If you are like craving that thing that is going to set things on fire for you, because if you follow the nutrition plan, especially the nutrition plan, because it's one thing to do the workouts, but if you're eating like a jerk, like your results just aren't going to be the same. So it's drinking Shakeology daily. It's doing the workouts per the program calendar and not skipping around and making up your own hybrids. It's following the nutrition plan 100% for a program and getting those results so that you just have that like walking, living, breathing testimony of this works. If you like if you like go all in, you're going to get results. If you kind of sort of try, you'll kind of sort of get results. So it's really important, I think, to kind of take a step back occasionally and evaluate, like, how am I feeling right now? How am I feeling in my business? How am I feeling in my life? How am I feeling in my clothes? Like, is it time to rein it back in and commit 100% to a program and see it through? Because not only are you going to have the physical results to speak from it, but you're going to feel so freaking proud of yourself, and you're just going to want to shout it from the rooftops. And it's so much easier to share when you are excited about it and you don't feel like you're trying to talk someone into something that kind of sort of worked for you and maybe it'll work for them. Like, it changed your life and it's going to change this other person's life. So when I got started, like when I committed to 21 Day Fix and then my second program was PiYo, like, you guys, I was in such a desperate place to change my life because I felt like such garbage. I went all in. Like, I have people ask me all the time, like, so like, how much wine did you drink, or like this or that? And I'm like, honestly, my very first round of 21 Day Fix, my wedding anniversary fell during the first time that I was doing the program. So we had one night where we went out to dinner and had a glass of wine. But other than that, I was 100% because I needed those results for me. And it just spilled over into all the other aspects of my life. So we don't mean you have to be 100% all the time, because that's not always sustainable. But if you're needing that thing to light you up and get you recommitted and get your business going and all the things, like, this is the first place to start. Okay, we'll go on to the next topic now, unless you have anything to add.
Yeah, that's so true.
Can I say something really fast, Logan or Haley, on that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like cut in and be like, hey, can I say something? But I just want everyone on this call to know that everyone's talking about how awesome I did on Transform 20 or with Transform 20. Can we be real for a second with you guys? I got no Success Club points in December. I barely hit Success Club in November because I was struggling in my business. I sold one challenge pack in January and my business was failing because I was not excited, and Transform 20 lit that up inside of me. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you're doing something that you're like, quit what you're doing and go find something that's going to light your fire, because if you don't, you are not going to get anywhere. And I know that that sounds super horrible, but you guys, if you needed to hear that, there you go. You might need some tough love, and there it is.
Thank you, because that is so true. And that's exactly where I was like a year and a half ago. And it's so true. You gotta be following a program that you love. And like I said before, like, that's the beauty in having this Netflix of workouts, is not every program is gonna be everybody's jam. You guys, Transform 20 honestly was not my jam. At least by round 3, it was not my jam. And so you have to either go back. A lot of people, that first program you did, it's just like, oh, it brings back like all the feels, right? Like, you just have like such an emotional tie to it. If you need to go back to that program, go back to that program. Okay? I totally agree with Holly. You gotta be on fire for your own journey to be able to authentically and excitedly and enthusiastically share it with others, for them to want to do it with you. So thank you, Holly, for sharing that, because that is absolute truth. All right, you guys, next thing we're going to talk about, building your confidence. You guys, personal development is so huge. Like, your workout and your personal development, like, I'm not really sure which one's more important. Probably personal development, I'm going to say. But here's the thing, you guys. This quote says, when you develop yourself to the point where you believe in yourself so strongly that you know you can accomplish anything you put your mind to, your future will be unlimited. Here's the thing with personal development. And a lot of times you'll hear, 10 minutes a day, 10 pages a day, whatever it is, get it in. And that's great. Like, I want you guys to be doing that. But in a book that a lot of us are reading right now, the Build to Last, he says, honestly, that is information gathering. if you're just listening like 10 minutes a day, checking it off and like not doing anything, you're just gathering information. You guys, personal development, just like our workouts help us, our muscles get stronger and our endurance get better and our flexibility, improve. Personal development does that for our mindset. And I'm willing to bet 100% of us were not in a mindset of building a successful business the day we signed up to be a coach, right? It takes a lot of personal development. Just takes it like it takes a lot of workouts every single day consistently to feel better, to get those results, and then to sustain it. It takes personal development and truly developing yourself as a person to get in the mindset of where you need to be to build a successful business. You guys, I was listening to this. I've read it halfway through, and then I was driving today and I was like, I really want to listen to the Build to Last. And I actually restarted. And so I've read and listened to the first half twice. But there are a couple of things he said that I wanted to talk about during this personal development part of tonight. Is we're going to talk later about taking action. And while yes, taking action is like huge, you guys, it's not just about taking the actions. Honestly, like all the trainings we have, even like our team calls, our trainings in the back office, all of it, it's like 5%. Okay. The 95% to endure success is your mindset. If your mind is not in the right place, you will not have success. All right. And the thoughts and the feelings behind the actions that you take are what are going to create success. And that's where personal development comes into play. You guys, you can't just plow along at your business mindlessly if your mind's not in the right place. You're not going to lead anyone to get results. You're not going to lead a team. You're not going to be able to move your business forward if you are in a funk. If you are in a place where your mind is not right, do not mindlessly sit there and try to invite and try to move your business forward. Go sit down and dive into some personal development and then take action on it. All right. So for me, for some reason, I've been in a funk, I don't know, the last week or so, and finally just broke down Friday. Like Brock came home and he was like, what is wrong? And I was like, nothing. He was like, oh, really? And then it was just like, all this stuff. And he goes, Haley, you need to get your stuff and you need to go to the coffee shop and you need to work. And I was like, okay, because we talked about when you're in a funk, the best thing to get out of a funk, right, is to go and just dive in and do the things. And he said, but you're not taking your computer and you're not taking your iPad. You were taking your book and you're going to read. You need to change your mindset right now. He's my personal development guy. Like he's way ahead of me. But you guys, like I spent an hour and a half at the coffee shop diving into some personal development. I read, a couple chapters and in Girl Stop Apologizing. I read a couple of chapters in Build to Last just because I felt like I needed a little bit of everything. And then at the end of it, I was like, you know what? I want to invite. And I did. And I did it with excitement and I did it with enthusiasm and I did it because I loved what I'm doing. But if I would have gone to the coffee shop and sat down at my computer and just like mindlessly invited and whatever, like those invites would have been so surface. They would have been so meaningless. They would have not moved my business forward. I honestly probably would have got caught in a Facebook or Instagram scroll for an hour. So you guys, personal development is so huge. And if you think you are bigger than personal development, you are wrong. I thought I was too good for personal development in the beginning too. Like, who needs self-help? That's for like people with real problems. You guys, we all have issues. We all have problems. We all are here, right here on the screen, because we want something more. Whether it was physically starting off with, maybe it turned into something financially, maybe it started with something financially. We all want something more. And the person we are today is not the person we need to be to get to here. So you have to do that personal development every single day. And just like the workouts, if you're reading something that is not speaking to you, it is okay to put it down and go find something else. But promise me you won't just put it down. Promise me you'll pick something else up. Okay, because personal development is very personal. At times in your business, you're going to need a kick in the ass, and you're going to need somebody telling you exactly what to do and pushing you harder, something like the 10X rule, something like the 5-second rule, whatever it is. And sometimes you're going to need a feel-good book like the Energy Bus or like the Go Giver. And sometimes you're going to find yourself leading this incredible team, and you're going to need some more, leadership development books. You got to find something that's speaking to you right where you are. Okay. So a couple of our favorites that we've put here, Girl Wash Your Face, Girl Stop Apologizing, both phenomenal. Girl Wash Your Face, I feel like this is my personal take on it. Obviously came first, but I feel like it's very just like life encompassing, right? Like just like how to just overcome excuses that you've maybe had. And Girl Stop Apologizing, I feel like she took it just a little bit further and really honed in on girls like wanting to build a business, honestly. And it's a lot more business oriented with life wrapped in it. You're a Badass. Honestly, not my favorite, but there's like, I think Leslie loved it, and I need to go back and read it. I just think it was a bad time for me. See, Renee loved it. Everybody loved it. And I was like, so I put it down. I need to go back and read it. Maybe it just wasn't my time. Mastering Your Mean Girl, 5-second rule, get control of your life, Can't Hurt Me. Mel Robbins has a great podcast. Rachel Hollis has a great podcast. But here is the thing I want to iterate with personal development. Don't just collect the information, okay? Go out and take action on it. Whether that is starting a gratitude journal, whether that is, a lot of the books will have like action items to do at the end of the chapter. Has anyone ever read a book and not ever done an action item? Yeah, me too. Do them. Like, think about how you can apply what you read that day to your business, to your workouts, to your spouse, to your family, to your friends, you guys. So, you guys, personal development is huge. Like, if you're not doing it, you're not really wanting to build this business. And that's just the hard truth. So now I want to see your hands. If you are at like reading a personal development book, not just listening to a podcast when you hop in the car or whatever, like that should be extra. I want to know if you are committed to a book right now. Raise your hand. Okay, not quite as many hands as there were for working out, but there still are plenty. All right, so if your hand is not raised, I want you to grab one of these books here. If you are a new coach, another couple great books are The Slight Edge or The Compound Effect. Those are really great for quick reads for new coaches and just sets the tone of consistency is key. But I want you guys, go find a workout that's going to speak to you, that's going to excite you to get up and get it done and to share it with others, and find a personal development book that is going to excite you, and it's going to be one of those books you can't put down at night or whatever it is, and take action on it. All right, you guys, I don't know if there's another slide for personal development. I don't remember. No. All right, passing it over to you. I will get off my pedestal. soapbox, not pedestal.
Okay, now it's my turn, and we are going to talk about taking action, because, and what you guys are going to realize is that all of these things we're going to touch on tonight are all like vital pieces. You can't skip one and still expect the same like level of success. So committing to a program, personal development, and now we're taking action, because the distance between our dreams and our reality is called action. Okay. So like Haley said at the beginning of the call, we are in a do and then learn business. This is network marketing. And I know a bunch of y'all probably threw up in your mouth when I just said those words, network marketing. But that is our business. And I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. We are a do and then learn business. And I honestly credit, like Haley and I started our businesses on very separate paths. Like she came into the business knowing that she wanted to build a business. She went diamond in her first 30 days and she hit the ground and like sprinted. I came in like with all my guards up, saying that I was just going to be a discount coach, even though I was like creeping, you know, in all the pages. And it took my belief a while to catch up to what was actually on the plate in front of me. Like it took me 6 months to go diamond instead of 1 month. But the thing that got my business to where it is today and us being a double elite team is because I took action even when I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I would watch a YouTube video, or I would watch about 3/4 of a YouTube video, because I never really finished like all the trainings, because I would pick out like the 1 or 2 things that I learned that I was going to implement right away. And that was the key for putting things in motion for me, was I was learning, you know, things that I needed and instantly putting them into action, rather than sitting back and learning and collecting and taking in all the things for months and years before I finally did anything with it. Because the longer you collect and you sit on things and you analyze and you overanalyze, you get in your head about it. And like it's like Lily learning how to walk. It's like any baby learning how to walk. Like when they first start, like they're wobbly and they stumble and they fall and they probably hit their head on something, but like they get back up and they keep going. But the longer, you know, you try to sit on things, I mean, even now with my 4-year-old, like with him riding a bike, like he's so much more timid than when he was a baby learning how to walk. And it's like Haley said at the beginning of the call, like sometimes we can lose a little bit of that like confidence and luster that we come into the business with. And the thing that is going to just help rip the Band-Aid off and get things in motion is by doing action. And that's getting out there and like doing the freaking work. It's making the posts and not writing it up and having the perfect picture to go with it, and then sitting there and stewing for 30 minutes about like, what is so-and-so going to think like if I share this, when they're probably not even going to see it in the first place. And if they do see it, like who cares? And they'll probably end up joining you. Okay. But you need to get out there and talk to people, and you have to do it even when you're scared, even when you don't know all the information. And if someone asks you a question that you don't have the answer to, you just get to say, oh my gosh, girl, that is such a great question. You know, I'm still kind of new and I'm figuring things out. So I'm going to find out for you, and I'll check back as soon as I chat with my coach. Like that's what our team is for. You don't sign up like into this business and suddenly you're just on your own, like this lone wolf having to figure things out like on your own. You made an incredible decision and joined an actively growing team, and we are all here to help and mentor each other, because your guys' success is our success. Like we're all a family, we all help each other, and like that's just the way it is. So you can't wait for the timing to be perfect, because newsflash, there's never going to be a perfect time. Just like I'm sure y'all felt like, how many of you guys put off starting this journey for weeks or months or years because you were waiting for the time in your life to be better? Like when I started back in 2015, I was so overwhelmed with a 2-year-old and an infant. And I was like, my life is so freaking busy. Like I can't possibly put another thing on my plate. Guess what, guys? My life has only gotten busier. We have bigger kids now. They're in school. They're in activities. We added another baby. Like our plates just get more full. So there is no like necessarily waiting for things to slow down. It's more of just a weighing of the priorities and deciding like what is going to take priority in your life and what is important. And for me, deciding that the business was going to be important because of the things it was going to provide for my family down the road, it was just a no-brainer for me. So know that your action creates positive energy. And when you are taking action and things are in motion and you're having conversation and you're getting feedback, like you're going to feel like you're moving in the right direction. So it's going to take away your fears and your insecurities and your doubts. You're going to build self-esteem by just taking action. And it just makes it easier to take action again the next time. Like I know making those first few posts are terrifying. I wanted to puke the first time I ever made a transformation photo. And I honestly, I posted it and I shut my phone off and wouldn't look at my Facebook for the rest of the day because I didn't want to see what everybody was saying in case there was a negative comment. And of course, everybody was nothing but incredibly supportive. And I was just so lifted up by the whole thing. And it just helped boost my confidence for the next time that I was going to post. But what happened was, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months down the road, I told you it took me 6 months to get to Diamond. I started to let fears and doubts and insecurities creep in. The things that I was sharing in the beginning, I would start to take a step back and second guess and be like, oh, did I already post about that I did workouts this week? Or did I post about Shakeology already this month? I was so in my head about what I was posting and what other people were going to think about it that I stopped doing it, and I severely slowed myself down because I was so caught up on what other people were going to think about what I was doing. And it honestly took having a conversation with my husband. I can still remember we were sitting out on our living room couch and the kids were in bed, and I told him, I was like, I feel like I'm on this tipping point. And I feel like things are going good with Beachbody. I was an Emerald coach. I was honestly a breath away from Diamond, but I was holding myself back out of fear and of being afraid of leadership. And I was like, but honestly, I didn't necessarily have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but I definitely didn't have both feet in. My belief meter wasn't all the way to the top. And I told him, I was like, I feel like I'm on this tipping point and I either need to dive all in and actually try at this, or I need to stop. And he was like, oh, you want to quit? I was like, no. I was so offended that he even brought up the fact that I could possibly quit. I was like, no, don't you see how much happier I am because of this? No, I can't quit. I'm never going to quit, Levi. And he was like, well, I think you have your answer, Logan. And I was like, but what if I suck? What if this isn't what I'm meant to do? And he was like, okay, but what if you're wrong? And now, here we are 3.5 years later, and my section of the team, the downline, is we're flirting with 900 coaches, which is just crazy that all of that started with just me. And I don't know what the branch is because Haley's my coach, so it's even bigger, not counting everyone under her. But it's just, it was honestly a decision. It was flipping the switch and making the decision that I was not going to let other people's opinions determine what I was going to do with my life, because I realized their opinions were not putting a paycheck in my bank account every week. Their opinions were not going to pay for my kids to go to school. Their opinions were not going to pay to put gas in my car. They were not going to pay off my student loans, but the coaching opportunity sure as heck could do all those things. And it was at that point that I drew the line in the sand. And like Haley said, it wasn't that I didn't care about what people thought anymore. I still cared. I still care to this day. Like, I care what people think about me and how they interpret like what I'm sharing. But even if someone is negative, like, it's not going to stop me. It's not going to paralyze me. It's not going to keep me from living out this mission that is changing my life and my family's life and countless other people's lives. So the thing that really like moved my business forward in that moment was drawing the line in the sand and deciding I was going to be consistent. I was going to show up. I was going to share all of the things. And in that moment, my confidence started to grow. And you have to just commit yourselves in the beginning, like the first 6 months, the first year, to putting in the effort that it takes to get that freaking boulder over the hill. Because in the beginning, you're doing this you're not doing it by yourself because you have all of us, but you don't have a team underneath you that's helping you like with your paycheck every week, you know? So you have to do the work to expose other people to this opportunity, to bring people onto your team. And that it's a lot of work in the beginning. Like, we don't sugarcoat that. Like, you do have to do work to get things started and rolling. And sometimes when you're behind that boulder and you're pushing it, like, it can be exhausting, but you don't know when that moment is going to be that you're going to reach the top of that hill that you're pushing. And all of a sudden things are going to switch and that boulder is going to just race down the hill and you're not going to be able to catch it. And it's at that point that you have a team underneath you and they are working hard with you, and the efforts that they're putting in and the people that they're bringing in, like, it can't even compare to what you could do as an individual. You know, Haley, how many people did you say we've helped so far this month? Did you say how many we've?
I think I saw 51. Well, 51 coaches have been added. So I'm not sure total people.
Right. 51 new coaches. Like, I could not bring in 51 new coaches by myself. Haley could not bring in 51 new coaches by herself. We're not Ashley Molstad. We don't have all those superpowers. But, like, as a team, that's what we can do, and that's the potential. And what I'm sure all of us want to be able to build with this is a business that keeps working, like, even when you go on vacation. Like, I want my paycheck, I want to know that my paycheck every week is still going to be substantial regardless of how many people I have personally helped that week. And as a new coach, like, your, income is based primarily on the people that you are directly signing up, but it will get to that point where all of a sudden you're going to look around and you're going to have, as long as you're doing the work and you're inviting people, you are going to have a team of people with you, and all of your efforts together are going to create things that, like, your mind can't even fathom. So I want you guys to make a list of an honest list of the time-consuming things that you're doing in your life that don't contribute to your future or don't contribute to building your business, and commit yourself to 1 year of giving up those things. And during that time, use that time for your business. So it's going to look different for everybody. But for me personally, like, it was giving up Netflix binging. Like, I can only watch, like, Grey's Anatomy so many seasons over and over again. Like, I realized that I could be using that hour that I was watching a Grey's Anatomy episode every day to build my business. I it was, oh my gosh, just scrolling mindlessly on Instagram or on Facebook when I would wake up in the morning, or before we would go to bed, or when I was getting to school to pick up the kids from school. Like, there are intentional business activities that you can do in those pockets of time that are going to move your business forward and help put money in your bank account, compared to binge watching shows or or, you know, scrolling social media or whatever it is. So I want you guys to sit and reflect about and really be honest about how am I spending my time and where are the pockets of time that I can fit the business in, because down the road it's going to pay off exponentially. Like that was the way that I was able to leave my job as a nurse in order to be home full time with my kids. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is your why. And your why is the thing that kind of made you say yes to this business opportunity in the first place. It's something that motivates you and excites you, but it's also something that's going to hold you accountable when you're less motivated to do the daily work. So it's something that has to have some sort of like, there has to be some sort of emotional hitch to get you to do it on the days where you really don't feel like showing up. So it's different for everybody. Like for some people, you want to stay home with your kids. Some people want to pay off debt, credit card debt. Some people want the opportunity to be able to travel. Some people want to be part of something that's like bigger than themselves. Like whatever it is, like it's personal and it's yours, but you need to figure out what that thing is that really lights you up inside. And a lot of people are motivated by either inspiration, they're motivated like into this business, either for out of inspiration or out of desperation. So inspiration, they're like inspired by seeing what other people have done with the business. They're inspired by the number of people that they can help, inspired by the income, or by having more freedom in their lives. Or maybe they're motivated more out of desperation and they're in a place where they are ready for change and they need something like this in their lives. Maybe they're tired of living their lives of quiet desperation, or they're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was a combination of both. Like I definitely had levels of desperation, but I came into the business a little bit more out of the inspirational side, but tapping in and actually reflecting on the things in my life that were more in the desperation column, like those were the things that kept me going. Like I signed up more because I was inspired by the opportunity, and then kept things going and grinding when I realized how desperate I actually was for this opportunity to change my life. So this is another little activity. Like I want you guys, like Haley talked about in personal development books and stuff, like having action items. Like I want these to be actual action items that you guys take the time to do because they're important. So what do you want your life to look like in 5 years? Who have you become as a person? What will your day-to-day activities look like? What does your family look like? Where do you live? What do your vacations look like? Like what does your daily life look like? If you could imagine your perfect life, like that life that you've always wanted to live but never really thought possible, like what do you want that to look like? And then I want you guys to realize that that vision like is possible. You can achieve that vision. And it's not whether, like a lot of people will ask themselves like, can I do it? It's not a matter of can. It's a matter of, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to do the work that it's going to take to get there? That's a completely different question than, can I do it? Yes, you can do it. We all can do it. Like when you come to Summit with us and you see the people who are being recognized on stage for all kinds of different accolades, nobody looks the same. There is no cookie cutter, like this person's successful and this person's not. Like you are going to see people of all shapes and sizes and ages, and everyone is successful because they decided that they were going to be successful and they were going to do the work that it took.
Logan, can I read a quote from the book that kind of goes along with that?
Yeah.
So will you go back to that slide real quick?
This one?
Yeah. So you guys, this is super important. I just want to reiterate it, is really sometimes we think about our business like compartmentalized from like our life and they should go hand in hand, right? We're building this business to create this life that we want to live, right? Whether that is bringing you home from a job you don't enjoy, that doesn't bring you passion and fulfillment anymore. Or maybe you have a job you absolutely freaking love, but the community and the side hustle and bringing in an income is going to bring your husband home from a job he doesn't like, or from spending so long on the farm, or whatever it is. There's this life we're living that's great, right? For most of us right now, I'm so thankful and so freaking blessed with this life I'm living. But there's this life that would be extraordinary, and we all deserve to live that life and to strive to be there. Okay. And so don't compartmentalize your business goals and your health and fitness goals and your life goals. They should all kind of mesh together, right? These business goals should lead to whatever this is that you want to see within your life. And so that's why I think this is so important, is to take a look at what you want your life to look like, right? Do you want to be able to wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning and not have an alarm set? Do you want to be able to go for early morning runs? Do you want to be able to go and volunteer when you want to? Do you want your husband to be at home with you for breakfast? Do you details, you guys? And what is it going to take in your business to get you there? Okay, so one of the things he said, and this is Keith Callahan's book, I keep quoting it. Like I said, I listened to it today, so that's why it's fresh. He said, if you want to be successful in this, you have to get past the thought of just showing up and just going through the motions. You need to start focusing on the person that you need to become to be successful and to have success. So this kind of goes back to what we were talking about with personal development, but in the same breath, thinking about this person and this life that you want to live, not different from here, but just better and enhanced, and not having to, deal with some of the things you have to deal with here. But who is that person you have to become? And what does that person look like? How does that person dress? How does that person wake up in the mornings? How does that person make decisions on what she's going to eat for lunch? Literally, you guys, get detailed about it, because when you start thinking about it that way, and you face something that you're like, man, it really sucks that Brock has to go on a work trip and he's going to miss Blakely's program. Now, we're very, very lucky. Brock has a very lenient schedule and he gets to choose his hours, but that kind of sucks. He's going to miss Blakely's program. And it's no, in my perfect vision, we would get to go and be there no matter what. And we would get to take her lunch whenever we wanted to. And we will get to, whatever it is, you guys. So don't be afraid to, and we've talked about this before, because you want this does not mean you're not thankful for where you are right now. So don't ever forget that, and really focus on who you need to become for your life to look like that, and align your business goals to get you there. All right, I'm done. Sorry.
You're so good. Okay. The last piece we're going to talk about is believing. And I have this sticky note, and it's been before I even had a desk, before I even had a little workspace, all I had was this section in my room with nothing up on the wall or anything, but I had this sticky note, and it says, push the believe button. And it's what I've looked at over and over and over again. And for me, it was that first experience of getting to go to Summit and actually being in person at the Summit event and a Beachbody event. It was my very first Beachbody event. And the impact that it had on me, seeing how real this opportunity was, it was absolutely mind-blowing. And it was the same, some of you might have saw my post that I did a few days ago about Levi's reaction when he got to come with me to Mexico last year on the Success Club trip. We walked into our suite at this all-inclusive, gorgeous resort in Riviera Maya, Mexico. And we walk in and we're looking around, and he stops and he looks at me and he's like, wow, like this is really real, isn't it? I was like, yes, what the heck do you think I've been working so hard on the last couple of years? But it was in that moment that he finally really pushed the believe button and realized the potential, not just the potential in like the business, but what we could really create with our life with Beachbody. Like it wasn't just like Logan's coaching business anymore. All of a sudden it was, what is our life and our future with our family going to look like because of Beachbody? Beachbody and the coaching opportunity has the ability to save lives. And on one side of it is because of like the mission of the company, and that we get to help people live healthier and happier lives and take control of their physical and mental and emotional health. And then the other piece of that is, guys, there are so many people that are living paycheck to paycheck, like fear of getting their car repossessed, defaulting on their mortgage, people who aren't connecting with their family because they're so freaking exhausted from their 9-to-5 corporate whatever that they can't even enjoy their freaking life. That's where I was. I was so exhausted of being this mama to 2 like little babies. My husband he still is like a farmer, a potato farmer. We were in harvest. Like Lucy was 2, Luke was 9 months. And I was a labor and delivery nurse. And on paper, like I had everything that I wanted in life. I was married to my best friend that was my high school sweetheart. And we had these freaking adorable kids that were like pretty naughty sometimes, but they were so cute. And they were healthy. And like we had a beautiful home, and we had the 2 dogs, and, you know, we lived close to both of our parents. So we had lots of family around. And I had the job that was my dream job out of nursing school. And he had a job that he enjoyed. Like farming is something that he grew up around. So on paper, like we literally had it all. And I was dying inside because I felt so stuck in this grind of just the day-to-day. Like Levi was so busy on the farm that we did not see him hardly at all. So I was with the kids by myself almost 100% of the time, except for the days that I was working and having to go take care of other people. And I was just exhausted. Like I would say we were living for the weekend, but we didn't even always get weekends because as a nurse, I had to work every other weekend. So, and I really just kind of had this moment where I sat back and I was like, oh my God, like this is it. Like I have everything that I wanted, but why am I not happy? And I felt so much shame around that because like I knew that I was so massively blessed with this life that we had. But there was just something that was missing. And coaching is what gave that back to me and is what lit the fire inside of me again. And not only just got me back into the best shape of my life, but like gave my husband and my kids like a better wife and mom than they had ever known before. So like you get to gain the freedom to do what you want, when you want, with who you want. You guys are on this team like for a reason. And like you've been given this gift of the coaching opportunity. We're all on this call because we're all coaches. But there's a difference in like signing that digital signature and officially becoming a coach and actually doing something with it. Okay. If it weren't for Beachbody, like I would still like, I wasn't working full time when I started, but at this point we'd be having a lot of serious talks about me going back to full-time working, which like just made my heart start pounding saying that out loud. I'd be working every other weekend. I'd have to work holidays and we'd have to negotiate like, am I going to be home on Christmas, or are we going to have to figure out like how to explain to the kids that mommy's not home on Christmas or mommy's not home on Christmas Eve. You know, I wouldn't get to pick my kids up from school every day or volunteer in their classrooms or go on field trips like whenever I wanted. Like I'd still be able to do those things, but it just wouldn't be on my schedule. And I'd have to plan it out like way in advance with work and request the time off to make sure that I had my appropriate days blocked off. I'd still be carrying an extra 20 to 30 pounds from the baby weight. Like, I don't know if we would have even had Lily, like if I would have been in a mental capacity to go through another pregnancy and everything, because I was dealing with so much anxiety and just not feeling good about myself. Like, we would still be eating takeout like almost every night, because I'd tell myself that I didn't have the energy to cook. And if I did cook something, it'd be some sort of like pasta with the sauce dish, which was not doing any favors for, the way I was feeling about myself. My husband would still probably be drinking almost a case of pop a day, because that's what he used to do. He drinks zero. Like, when we came home from Mexico, he gave it up cold turkey, like completely quit, and has not drank any soda since then, which just blows my mind. He would probably still have high blood pressure. He got diagnosed with high blood pressure when he was a teenager, probably because of the amount of pop that he was drinking and fast food. Like, his cholesterol was terrible. Like, because of what I've done as a coach, even though he was like one of the last people to finally like jump on board and start living the lifestyle with me, like, knowing that he's living a healthier life now today and is going to be around longer for our kids because of what I started 3 years ago, like, that's what matters. Like, our relationship would probably be very strained because I would have my walls up from like stress and anxiety and just feeling like I was drowning in my day-to-day life. And I would just still be completely and utterly stuck if it were not for the coaching opportunity. And I guarantee any of you who knew me before coaching, like knew me on social media, would not guess any of that about me, because I was the person who posted my perfect life with my perfect kids and we're so happy and all the fake things on social media. Nobody knew what was really going on with me. Nobody knew how badly I needed this opportunity. But it took one person to invite me to coaching and plant the seed, and she is not even a coach anymore. Like, my original sponsoring coach is not even a coach. Like, I got placed like on a completely inside dead leg where there's never been anybody placed below me. Like, but she was like the person that reached out and like completely saved my life and transformed my family's life, because she planted that seed and she invited me, even though I told her no the first couple times. So you can't get discouraged and you can't give up, and you have to realize that you have a gift and you have to start sharing it with others as a gift, not as something that you're trying to sell to someone so that you can hit Success Club and achieve Emerald or achieve Diamond or whatever your goal is that you're working on. Like, you are giving them this opportunity that is going to change their life. The same way that Blair gave me the coaching opportunity that changed my life. It wasn't up to her to decide like what I was going to do with it. It was up to her to invite me and to expose me and get me in the door. And then it was on me to decide what I wanted to do with it. But it starts with you using it to change your life, because when you use it to change your life, you inspire others to believe that maybe they can do it too. So you need to let go of your limiting beliefs, because that is the only thing that is holding you back at this point, are your own limiting beliefs about why you can't be successful with this. Receive this gift of the coaching opportunity. Like, you have it. So now it's time to put it into motion and put it into action. Let it change your life and then pay it forward to others. It's that simple. That's our business. That's all we have to do. Now go take action. I'm going to unscreen share, and we've been on here for a while. This was a long one, guys, but I think we needed it. Holy moly, 67 comments. We've kept you guys on long, but does anybody have any, I haven't read any of the chat, but does anybody have any comments or anything to add before we wrap things up tonight? Haley, have anything while I scroll the comments really quick?
I don't. You guys, you just got to go do the things. You got to do and then learn. Doing builds confidence. Failing builds confidence. The only way you really fail is if you quit. So don't do that. But keep trying. Keep inviting. Like Logan said, it is not our job to convince people. It is our job to plant the seed. It is our job to put this in front of as many people as we can, because it is a gift. It is something that changes lives. And like, I hope you guys realize that. I mean, you guys are here because it's changed yours in one way or the other. And now you get to pay that forward. And that's really freaking cool. So, all right. Anybody have anything they want to share? Or y'all just ready to go, like, read all the personal development and go do all the workouts and go invite all the people? Yeah. All right, you guys. All right, you see anything, Logan? It looked like, I mean, I didn't really see anything.
A lot of people were identifying with my Grey's Anatomy.
Yes. Yep. We all have that thing. Netflix tends to be at the top of a lot of people's list.
That's so funny that you said Grey's Anatomy, because literally I haven't watched it in forever because I was really ticked when they killed Derek off, like really mad. So I've been like,
I haven't watched any episodes since then. I threw in the towel.
oh, I thought you were about to say you didn't know that. I was like, but
no, that was the very last episode I ever watched. After
like I was ticked. And so I haven't watched it in a while, but literally like last month, I don't know what it was. I got like an itch to like go back to like the old ones. And I have not been able to stop. I'm like, Callahan, stop. You've seen all of these. Like, why are you wasting your time? And it's just ridiculous. But yeah, I haven't watched any since he died. I was ticked.
Oh yeah, and the Netflix thing pops up that says, "Are you still watching?" And you're like, "Stop judging me, Netflix. Yes, I'm still watching, but really, that's your sign that you need to sign off